Hi there and welcome to the RebelMouse tutorial with me, Kelly Fincham, an assistant professor at Hofstra University. Today we're just going to take an overview of RebelMouse and see how you can use this new social media curation platform to create dynamic and automatic pages based on your social media content. So first things first, what exactly is RebelMouse and why would we want a bunch of rebellious mice on our website anyway? Well, to put it simply, RebelMouse is just a really easy way to build a single page out of your social media content. This tutorial will concentrate mostly on Facebook and Twitter, but you can use practically all of your social media content to populate your RebelMouse page. Let's get started by looking at some examples from some big organizations such as the Wall Street Journal, NPR, and ESPN. In this first example, we can see how the Wall Street Journal used RebelMouse to curate their social media coverage of the Davos conference. This example here shows how NPR and member stations curated their coverage of the winter storm, otherwise known as Nemo. And this last example shows how ESPN used RebelMouse to curate their coverage of a well-known sporting event. Guess which? And it's not just for organizations. Individuals are also getting in on the act. Here are some examples from journalists Craig Canally and Ben Smith, and also an example of how I use it for journalism education. Editor-in-chief at BuzzFeed, Ben Smith, is a big fan of RebelMouse. He says it's a really cool way of keeping web content tethered together in the age of social. This is his page. Over at Huffington Post, senior editor Craig Canally says his page is a really good way of seeing what he's interested in. If you want to see what someone cares about, he says, take a look at their RebelMouse. And using my RebelMouse as a guide, you can see that the main thing that I'm interested in talking about on social media is journalism education. We use RebelMouse at our Hofstra News website, Long Island Report, for two reasons. One, like the organizations I showed you earlier, is to curate our social media content, like our coverage of Hurricane Sandy. But we also use RebelMouse because we find it's a really simple way to bridge the content gap when students are working on their own stories. For example, this front page on WordPress shows our most recently published story, which was about the Hofstra women's basketball star Shantae Evans. But this front page, which is powered by RebelMouse, shows the most recent content that we have shared on social media and is more up to date. We switch backwards and forwards between our WordPress version and our RebelMouse version depending on where we have the newest content, either on social media or in the queue of stories that are ready to be published. Additionally, we use RebelMouse to curate our coverage of Hurricane Sandy. Most of our student reporters lost power in the October 2012 storm, and thus all our news coverage was shot, written and recorded solely on mobile phones. RebelMouse made presentation easy as students tweeted their content back to the newsroom, and then we filtered the stories using the hashtag #LIReport. If you are looking to set up a news site for students, RebelMouse is a really easy way to integrate the social content with your existing multimedia content. Again, as you can see here, we chop and change between the content that is powered by RebelMouse and the content that we create ourselves through WordPress. A second tutorial will focus on how to set up RebelMouse in the back end, but for now, thanks for watching this brief overview of RebelMouse, and if you have any questions, please tweet me at Kelly Fincham. Thank you.